there's a passion that I have concerning passing this data. So that's why we are collecting the data currently. And if a hospital accepts our system, it means that it is easy to dispatch data to the next hospital. Brain work is brain work. Buying and selling is buying. And what are we selling? China. We're actually selling Chinese product, which the guy has done the brain work. You just sit down and sell. Don't get me wrong. Doing financing, doing accounting, it's a skill set. Understanding equity, understanding all those stuff, a skill set. Beautiful. But if that is all we can do, it means we are lagging behind. Yes, we're just the second person. I went to a real estate company telling them how AI will fast track them. I literally forced them for 6 weeks. Until they came for the last AI section that we had. All of them were, wow, this is awesome, this is changing, we'll come again. So,
welcome to another episode of Bridging the Gap by Activ8 Media. My name is Radu Chukuma Mizie Okoye. And as usual, I'll let our guest today, introduce himself, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Radu. My name is Amos Chima, the founder of Stitchitin Solution World, and I've collaborated with a lot of companies. And I'm currently working on EMR system and a hospital management system to be able to cover that niche down here in Southeast. Very much.
Thank you. It was a quick introduction, right? So I'm not going to let you off like that. I'll say, can give us a little bit of background, some background about, who Amos is, what you've done over the years, just so that,
I'm avoiding that, but okay.
There's no avoiding
it. One of the reasons why I don't, lay much emphasis is because life is in phases and men are in sizes. And one of the issues with that is that we've evolved. So I can share a few things. I started up in this tech space, not with the mind of becoming a techie. I wanted to be a geography meteorologist to focus majorly on, I want to work at the airport. That was my interest as a young boy. So I was fascinated by that because they took us from, I grew up in Aba. So they took us from Aba to Port Harcourt to go and see the, pilots. So I picked interest in that area. But when we were leaving secondary school, there's a particular company that came from Enugu, gave us scholarship to do Cisco networking, system management, computer repairs and maintenance. So I joined that space. So that was what I picked interest in computer. So I carved my career path.
Okay.
So to fast forward for that, I did a diploma in physics just to strengthen my area in understanding how things work electronically. And after evolving in that, I went into communication technology, where I went to learn from Skill for Africa and did project management. So in the course of doing that, I was also passing through apprenticeship. I worked with some of the finest developers in Unizik from 2014, 13 until 15, when I now evolved, worked with Dev Amplify, currently working with Tech Hub, and at the same time connected with some other fine minds. So in that space, that was where I got the skill on coding, web development, data science, machine learning, cloud computing, system, server configuration, structure, networking. So I've evolved.
Yeah.
So now currently I can say that I'm a tech coach. I focus on training people and mentoring them to, become the best of themselves.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you. I hope we'll have you more as a mentor here in Activ8 Hub. Is what we need. So you spoke about Stitchitin, right? If I spelled it out.
Yes.
Pronounce that right, Stitchitin.
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 Yes.
Yeah, Stitchitin.
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's delve more into the product itself, what it does, how it helps, benefits, and all that. Who is it for also?
Okay. Yeah. So Stitchitin has been, dashing out a lot of products, but currently now we're focusing on the EMR system, that is electronic management system for hospital, to put hospital records. This is to help our people to build a home-based structure, not just buying the one that is online, where it tells us down to how you want it, not just a system that you cannot, correct. And because it's down here, we are also monitoring the hospital to understand how they are using it and how we can fine-tune it. So we are focusing majorly on hospital to have record. And there is a reason for this, is to create an analysis for them to be able to track patients, allergies, and some other issues, to be able to, know current state of a patient and act quickly, other than just, guessing, doing a guesswork. Because I've studied our hospitals here in the East, a lot of guesswork is happening. So that's why I want to cover that niche. Currently, a particular hospital is using it now. Runia Specialist Hospital is currently using it. There are beta tests. There's a particular hospital we're also reaching out to add the system in their space.
So definitely, the question I would have asked next was who it was made for, but I would say made for the hospital space.
Yes.
Right, also made for the customers themselves, that is patients.
Yes.
Right, in terms of being able to have their medical records digitally available. But now I'll ask one question, linked to the product. Is it in such a way where if I go to this hospital, right?
Yeah.
They update my medical records on the platform. If I go to another hospital elsewhere within that space, if they're also hooked to your own system, is there capacity for them to share that medical record between hospitals? I don't know if it's legal also, but I'm just...
I love your question. So currently now, because in penetrating the market, you must understand the stiff-headedness in our space, especially here in Southeast. Okay, particularly, I put this software in a particular company hospital for 5 years, expecting them to key in their database. For 5 years, they couldn't do that. So I have to now structure data scientists that I've trained for over the years to do that queuing in for 10 days. We were able to do what they couldn't do in 5 days for 10 days. So we are doing extra just to onboard them. Now, currently also, there is also a complaint of we can't use internet. That's where our company now dive into server, dive into networking. We structure a intranet hybrid system to also connect online and offline. Now, the idea is for them to have the structure. Now, if a hospital, if a patient wants to leave a particular hospital and reach out to another hospital, it's just to write to them and their record will be pushed once. The system is in a way that your record can be easily be accessed in as much as the hospital gives license for you to access. Because it's digital, it's no longer difficult. That transaction will happen easily. When I left, I moved my mom, I lost my mom on 2024. And that period, when I believe some of the issue was when we left the other hospital to another hospital, to pass the information was an issue. The written note was not enough. It was as if the next hospital were doing from scratch. Before they could do that, I lost her. So there's a passion that I have concerning, passing this data. So that's why we are collecting the data currently. And if a hospital accepts our system, it means that it is easy to dispatch data to the next hospital.
Okay, well, I think, sorry, because I'm going to go off our normal question pattern, because it's an important product, right? And I think I want to delve more, have more questions pertaining to the product. So, where does government really come in? Because in my own head, I'm saying that there's that rigid structure that we have as Nigerians in general, right? I don't know why we don't just make things easy. We like when we make life hard. Is my own assessment of Nigerians. If life is seeming easy, so someone has to think of a way to complicate everybody's life. So my question now is, where does government come in such a way whereby it's almost like these are things that could be a governmental issue in terms of the health of, because it is important that the people have it's a proper innovative solution in the health industry. Right. So how does government really play a part in actually making it easy, making it you talk about hospitals, when you onboard them, the next thing is for them to be able to take the mantle and do the work involved in always filling these things out and understanding the actual value of this product over the years and data and all of that. It is kind of like in my world, it's a cultural change.
Yes.
It's not just innovation, it's also mindset change
Yes.
that has to go on behind, this kind of adoption. So how do you see that happening? Because it has to happen. And where does government fall in?
It's already happening. For the government, I will say two things. One for the government and one for the individual, and what our company stands for, Stitchitin, and what we are doing. If you look at the word Stitch It In, you understand we are bridging a gap. We are not just there to sell a product. This is just a product we are selling to show Stitchitin. Stitchitin has always been on the space, solving problems. Stitchitin came to Pivot's conference, solving problems. They came for an Amber Innovation Week, solving those problems. You feel that if it's not sorted out, things.
Yeah, the number innovation week was the ticketing solution.
Yes.
Okay, I remember.
So we've been there. We've been solving problem, but now we just want to dash out a product so that the world will understand what we are really all about. So for the government, I will start with policy. It's a policy problem and a system of enforcing the policies.
Exactly.
Where all patient record must be accurate. All patient record must be up to date. So when it comes to, I was looking at my friend, they were building something like Retina AI in America, and the solution did not fly because they didn't meet some certain policies.
Yeah.
So that's how rigid the health sector is.
Exactly,
so I'm also careful about that. That's why I work with data scientists. And currently, I have 6 data scientists I'm working with. So the idea is that those policies are there. It makes the administrator of a particular hospital or the management of the hospital take it upon themselves to make sure database are accurate.
Yeah.
That's what is expected of the government to enforce. Now, what we are doing on our part, not just to say we are waiting for government, is to create an enforcement. So when a hospital uses our product, we are giving you a data analyst that will be working with you guys for 1 month to see that the process
is smooth.
So also to enforce until it becomes a nation. So we've created a system to make it a habit. So if you feel I can't get it done, there's somebody there. If you feel is a technical know-how, somebody is already there, which the hospital just has paid a little amount to see to it that it will be enforced. I will also say it's not really the owner of the hospitals or the government that is the problem. It's us, the individual, maybe the nurses, maybe the secretary, maybe the lab person. Is a cultural shift. We understood that. That's why we brought in system of discipline by bringing a technical know-how person who we see to it that they are using the app 24/7. Then when we now notice that it's not enough, we can now withdraw that services and go into another place. So that's what we're currently doing now.
Okay. So currently, what would you say your major challenges are? And that's coming in 2 folds. One is from an individual perspective, right? And then the second one is anchoring it to our region, Southeast Anambra State and stuff.
Okay, there's a lot of challenge because let's look at how we respond to things. We don't fully embrace technology yet. We look at the person who is doing hard work as somebody that is playing. If you're not doing buying and selling, but let's wait. Brain work is brain work. Buying and selling is buying and selling. And what are we selling? China. We're actually selling Chinese product, which the guy has done the brain work. You just sit down and sell. Don't get me wrong. Doing financing, doing accounting is a skill set. Understanding equity, understanding all those stuff are skill sets. Beautiful. But if that is all we can do, it means we are
lagging behind.
Yes, we're just the second person. So that is the area we are struggling with. So if you see somebody on the screen structuring, even if you say you're a business developer and go to some of the places, they will be looking at you as a lazy person. So if you say you are a software engineer solving a problem, they'll be looking at you as a lazy person. So there's a problem in that area. So what we are doing to bridge that gap, I noticed there's a problem. Sorry, I go forward to solve a problem. That's one of my issues. So what we are doing to bridge that gap is to teach. Our people, educate our people, but we educate them from the place they are struggling. So we give them a solution. I went to a real estate company telling them how AI will fast track them. I literally forced them for 6 weeks until they came for the last AI section that we had. And all of them were, wow, this is awesome. This is changing. We'll come again. We'll come again. So our people don't know what tech can do. So it's just to force them. So I'm using more of the biblical structure, which is persuade them.
Persuade, okay.
So our people need push.
Yeah.
So I understand that. So I don't blame them because they are not aware.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge, and that's the solution I'm bringing.
Very good point that you're making about not being aware, because it's something I would always hammer on. You know, there's that marriage that needs to come between trade, commerce, and corporate and tech.
Yes.
You know, there's that marriage. I feel like once that marriage happens, we'll definitely build one of the greatest GDPs Africa has ever seen.
Yes, I believe that.
I believe, but like you said, I think your the solution you've preferred in terms of persuasion, harder persuasion, because I don't want to use force, but I think the persuasion has to be a bit coordinated, strategic, and stern.
Yes. It's not force.
It's not force.
They see you as a pest. Why are you always coming here?
I want to see you.
Let's go and check it. You get it.
So where does collaboration come in all of this whole stuff? You know, how does collaboration help us solve some of these challenges that we're saying?
So some of the things I've done in the past to prove that I'm interested in collaboration is to, bring down my ego and serve. Right? If I see something that is beautiful, I join to make sure it comes to pass. I've assisted a lot of companies in this assault space, EduFontech, Wishing Serve, Cody Solution, Unizik, MICTU, Software Factory, which is currently a software factory, Tech Hub, Global Star Tech, partner did help Codex, name them, Dev Amplify, Rosegap, was iTech Solution. It's called iTech Solution. They help in training transfer effectiveness and so many other places that I gave. These things I'm mentioning is not like I made profit out of these areas. These are places I gave just to see that South is out there. So collaboration is essential because that synergy will give more results. I've also learned leveraging. It's leveraging. Like what we are doing here is collaboration because you are bringing me out there. I'm also obviously I will not leave you without giving some tips. So there's a day the UNDP chairman came to Anambra and he had us in a closed room. So he was making some comment. They were talking about collaboration. Many of the hubs were, saying their mind. I said something that the reason why we struggle with collaboration is that we are not unique in our ways. We are follow. So if this person is doing this, I want to join him. So that's why it's difficult to collaborate, because the idea of collaboration is that you have yam, I have oil, you have sugar, I have garri. Yes, that's what collaboration is. So we shout collaboration, but we don't understand that it is marriage. And marriage means there's something you are bringing to the table that I can't do. There's something I'm bringing to the table that you can't do. Until we understand that in Southeast, we can't collaborate. You always feel that this person is using you. That's the missing piece.
So I think I want to add something to what you said. Because when you spoke about the collaboration, marriage and the way you put it, I'm now thinking in practical terms now, because we have so many events. Talk. We talk. We keep talking.
Talk is cheap.
Talk. The day we end. Next day, nothing will happen. Right? Like we don't really take any core actions. Like we do take core actions, because I've seen a lot of events that started from events to actually funding. So, first year event, second year was event, third year funding businesses and creating more spin-offs. Like on Inter Business Hangout and all the spin-offs it has created, so far from it. So we know that there's action too behind, or also like the pivot with the pivot challenge in the second year, and how the pivot challenge also grew in the third year, and what comes in this year.
Yes.
So we know that, yes, action is there in
Yes.
one or two causes, but the kind of marriage I want to see basically is where we have a commercial tech growing, business innocent, somebody, Tiger Foods, manufacturers that we have.
Yes.
Blending, they need to be, I don't know how in terms of corporatized these organizations are, but let's look into more organizations that are even just like them. Go to machine parts in Nnewi. There's so many billionaires there. How corporate are their organizations?
Yes.
So that marriage has to come between. If we have somebody who is really trying to be like a case study, right? Who is listening and with that open mind, gone to Onitsha Business School or something, and has an open mind, comes again and say, okay, yes, who are the guys that come up to corporatize and techify our own business? So there is that digital transformation that this commerce from a corporate standpoint, because some people in tech are not corporate. So there's one thing about corporate organizations are the processes and the systems that are put in place. This is what you now turn into sustainability of a company. Every day we're having these conversations, but who is the test case? Who's going to be that commerce lab? So let this be like a call out to who the test subject wants to be. The corporate people are here, we know them. The tech people are here, you've seen them. Right? It's now about actually living conversations and going into real actions that can now be able to persuade more businesses that this is the actual way to go, basically. So with that said, where do you see opportunities?
Okay, so opportunities are in our ecosystem and in collaboration. And I will show you through this way. You were mentioning the big fish, right? And how we can, merge together and build something together, right? But based on some of the point I mentioned concerning what you have, your strengths, and the other person's strength, we merge it together to produce. So I see a lot of opportunities. And that's why even I now started floating my company to also, bridge those gaps. And I'm more like an action-enabled person. I've met the owner of the, hospital. We're also having a conversation on how to make the app a system of their platform is more like the beta test and how we're going to infuse it to other hospitals. So this partnership, what key major things we are looking at, reviewing. So he's reviewing it with detail. So we are having conversations. So the point I'm making is until we begin to find problem in another man's business and begin to pitch proposals. So our proposals are always inclined around making money. So that's the problem. It should be inclined around how we'll
solve a problem.
With this my strength, where do I fit in? So we need to begin to find where we fit in and then collaborate. And I think collaboration is always easier from this startup joining the big fish. Like, I can't remember. I wanted to remember the AI company from Britain that came to Google. Okay, Google saw them and picked them up. That prompted this AI stuff everybody's talking about. So they have their mini computers, right? So Google gave them a bigger space. They started doing their thing, which changed the whole paradigm that we're looking at now. So the collaboration is creating room for young minds to connect with the big guys. Because those young minds have things they have that will help the big guys, and that's what also make the young minds skyrocket. And then it will make our business skype also. So that's the area. For the government, government should provide a level playing ground, which we know one of our biggest problem is power.
Biggest?
Yes.
The water.
It's power.
The water.
So I'm pleading to the government to work on this power issue. So when we have our stable power transportation system working very well, I think it makes the whole engagement flow and redefine the educational system.
Redefine everything.
Yes, redefine the educational system. So because what our people are hearing has affected their faculty. So if we can redefine the education system, what we are teaching them, what they are seeing online, what we are promoting, like some of these conversations. There's a program I'm also working on to do, which is called Exposure Program for our young people. That's my own way of giving back. to expose them. So the level of exposure you have, we create your context. So in the way AI is able to dissect what we are saying is the level of context of that AI, how broad the AI is. So we need to help our young people to make them broad.
Yeah.
Like I fight young people by telling them, have you finished the entire Bible at this age? You say no. So you are not broad, so you can be deceived. And how many books have you read? No. So there is this lack of reading culture, lack of exposure that is affecting even our young people that are coming up. Other than thinking of collaboration, they are thinking of stealing.
Okay, so finally, at the point we'll call this the quick pitch, right? Where you talk about your solution for like 30 to 60 seconds.
Thank you for this great opportunity. So, like I said before, my name is Amos Chima, Stitchitin Solution World. We are currently working on a EMR system, a hospital management system that keeps record of practically everything that is happening on the hospital, so as to help the hospital get data easily, analyze, and respond to each patient as they go. And Stitchitin does not also stop there. We are currently running an AI coaching class that is coming up on May. And just stay tuned with us. We have our website, stitchitin.com. You can follow us up there. You can also follow me up at your.techbro. That's my Twitter handle. You're going to be getting tips, some of the things we are doing. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Amos, for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's been nice having you. Keep doing the work that you do. Keep mentoring us. And keep providing the solutions you provide that keeps our ecosystem thriving as it's emerging. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Aaron.
Hope to see you again, because we need to do like another feedback session based on what you've been doing with the EMR solution.
Yes.
The test you're currently going on. Let's see how that come out, and then be able to put out that case study so that more people can sign up.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very
Looking
much.
forward to another time.
Yes, please. Thank you. All right. Thank you for joining us. See you on another episode. Please.